that the Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board, this is an opportunity for us to reflect on the theme of this year's show, the 2022 show, which reads Innovation Through Technology, and Technology Transforms Business. For us, as Ministry of Labour and Social Security, as a parent ministry for Workers' Compensation Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board, of course, we want to ensure that we are moving with the times, that service delivery around the key areas of prevention, care and support are operationalized time and again within the times, I mean, to suit the times. And suiting the times in the 21st century is aspect of technology. And so I am happy to see what the fund has put in place. We know that there's a lot of room for improvement in terms of tracking, monitoring, and ensuring that, that the objectives that we are targeting to achieve in terms of prevention, for instance, the Vision Zero, which speaks to Vision Zero, which speaks to prevention, because no one would be happy to move along with the objective of care and support without having to look at why we end up in situations of care and support. And this is about life. Why would you permit injury without having to pay attention to the issues of prevention? And so we are saying, in what we are doing, the fund is an old institution that has been running for many, many years, much older than many of the others, like the NAPSAs of this world, the NIMAs of this world, and many others, because this one was formed somewhere in the 50s, in fact, not the 50s, in the 40s, pre-colonial, not pre-colonial, pre-independence. So this institution has been running, and so we believe that the institution has got a huge institutional memory of where we are coming from, what happened when industry was starting to grow, and through the many years, past 50 years, 50 to 55 and so forth, to now, we believe that the institution should be getting to the place where we are able to rise to the occasion and respond to the needs of those that we serve much, much better than we did in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 50s, in the 60s. And so we have been very excited to want to find our place in identifying the technology that can assist us achieve the objective of making sure or ensuring that those that we support receive the support at the most earliest with the required speed. You know, this institution focuses on people who have been injured. Some of them are living with conditions that are very, very difficult. They are life-changing conditions. Some have lost sight, some have lost limbs, it transforms their lives. And so we cannot sit back as workers, as a ministry and workers' compensation, without wanting to investigate more technologies, new innovations, novelty in terms of technology that should be able to support the way, the availing, the access to the support that is availed by this institution and many other networks that feed into what the workers' compensation is doing. Some of the technologies that we have seen are communication technologies, information technologies. I am happy to see that the workers' compensation is taking time, is putting resources to investigate, to communicating to our constituencies, their constituencies, through the technologies that are listed there: WhatsApp, email, YouTube, Facebook, and many more. But we think that there is more that we can do to ensure that it is not a one-way traffic. We look to a time when those that are being served by this institution are enabled to access those technologies, because you may have it on one side and the other side they are not able to access, and that for you to be able to communicate, to have a two-way communication. So one of the things that we would be pushing for is also monitoring systems. We've seen some of the technologies that have put in across there to ease communication between the employers and the fund. But we are also probably looking to investigating more technologies that can help to, as you would have heard in the conversation, to ensure that there is more transparency in what is happening in the industry, to enhance the monitoring almost at real time as to what is happening in the industry, for us to be able to capture any possibilities of injury, any victims of injury, registration of injury, recording and reporting of injury. That is a point that is very important, because we know that looking at the numbers that are accessing support from this institution, there could be more out there. How do we get to have the fund be at a point where they are accessible, and from not only from their outreach but the in-reach from those that are getting injured besides the employers. So there's quite a little bit, a little more that we would be yearning for. This is but what they would call Dionko, that the theme for us is not going to end with the show tomorrow, this event tomorrow. It's not a one-time event. It is something that is going to spur the way we conduct business for those vulnerable people, those vulnerable employees, workers that find themselves on the unfortunate side. It is also the theme that is going to help us to ensure that we achieve Vision Zero. Prevention is better than cure. How can technology assist us to ensure that employers engage, also upskill and upscale and optimize on technology usage to ensure that the interface between the work, the job task, and the employees, performing that job is monitored and supported in such a manner that prevention, the spirit of care, narrows the gap to the extent that we will minimize accidents going into the future. Monitoring and evaluation, tracking, communicating, sensitizing ought to be packaged in such a manner that the future looks brighter, that life expectancy is improved, that life expectancy is not lessened, reduced because of work. As you'll be aware that we have embarked a nation, the president is speaking about the transformation agenda. For us to get out of to turn around this economy, we have to transform so many things. And amongst the many things that we have to transform or change is also the area of productivity. As we talk about productivity, enhancing production, for us to get to a point where we redeem ourselves, so we get the economy on the right track, will mean that there will be a lot of possibility and potential of accidents. How do we prevent that? What messaging should we take out there? How can we send out the message to a broader spectrum of the industry using technology, so that we get to have all Zambians who aspire to arrive at the other end, where we benefit from the turnaround of the economy, arriving at that point rather than arriving in a half, or arriving with a third gone, with fatality, with another third as victims of accidents. So monitoring, tracking, interaction, education, sensitization, all of these can benefit from technology, and we will pursue this to inform the strategic planning of Workers' Compensation Fund Control Board. going into the future, looking out for technologies that will help us deliver better to those that find themselves in this situation of injury, of disability as a result of work. Work must not become a cause of disability. Work must continue to be a cause or a source of prosperity. And so this is the way we want to move, reduce vulnerability to injury and increase the possibility of you, or the possibility of people getting to a point where they prosper. Because this is the aspiration that everybody lives with. This is the aspiration everyone comes to work with, to the workplace with. So increase the possibility or of accessing prosperity from your employment than accident or indeed fatality. And I think technology, innovation is going to play a central role in this institution. So us as Ministry of Labour will continue to work together with the fund, providing input, providing backstopping, sharing and learning together with them, investigating together to improve and bring the change that will uplift the many of those who benefit from this institution going into the future.